Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I realize it's been a little while, possibly a couple of weeks, and I think it actually might be the longest I've gone without posting a video in the last year or so. So I'm very sorry for that. I have been super busy over the last month. The last month has been just absolutely crazy for me. I have actually had a lot of shoots that have been in my backlog as far as editing was concerned, so I've really had to get them done. I do have quite a few shoots that I haven't even shown you guys yet, so hopefully I can get on to showing them soon. It's just that a few of them will be for magazine submissions, so I do have to hold off on posting them for now. But anyway, today is going to be another tutorial, and I haven't done one of these in a little while. And this is probably going to be a little bit of a different screen, as you can see. So for my channel, this is a tutorial that I haven't done before, and it's going to be a Lightroom tutorial. Lately I've been experimenting with doing a lot of colouring in Lightroom, and it's something that I'm really enjoying doing. The bulk of my retouching is still done in Photoshop as far as skin editing, dodging and burning, all the rest of that. But I have been doing my colouring purely through Lightroom recently, and I am actually liking the results. So I thought I'd show you guys a few of my results with this particular set of photos I did from one of my last videos, which was a test shoot for an agency in Sydney. So I know a few of you had requested that I do the toning tutorial for those photos, so I thought I would do that today. And I'm really sorry if this is going to be a little bit hard for some of you to follow along with, because I know a lot of my tutorials haven't been Lightroom based before, they've mostly been Photoshop, so I'll try and make it as simple as possible as to what you need to do. This would probably be achievable in Photoshop as well. I haven't really played around too much in Photoshop with these types of tones, so yeah, I don't have a tutorial for Photoshop yet, but anyway, I'll get on with the Lightroom tutorial. So we're going to make just a series of adjustments through Lightroom, and this will be in the develop section here. I may actually post another tutorial that's a little bit more basic, hopefully soon, on just how to get around Lightroom if a few of you are kind of unsure of that. Please let me know if you'd like to see something like that, because it's something that I definitely can do. But anyway, we're going to start with our adjustments. So as you can see, just on the right hand side here we have this tab, and it's just some basic adjustments that we're going to make first off. So first adjustment is going to be the temperature. This is quite a warm photo, so I really want to just get those cooler tones back into this image. These tones that I will be doing a tutorial on are quite clean, and they were really to get rid of that overly warm look in the photograph. So we're going to move the temperature, this bar here, just over to -17. Now this will depend on what photo you have that you're editing, because temperatures in photos definitely vary, so I would say use this one according to what your photos look like and how much coolness they actually need in the photograph. So the tint, we are also going to move over to +7, just to bring a few more pinks back into the image, give it that cool effect still. And now we're going to move on to exposure, just here. So the exposure we're going to set to 0.12, so it's really only one stop up. And we're going to go to contrast and set that to +38. So I really want a bit more contrast in this photograph, really make everything pop out a little bit more. Highlights just below that we're going to set to +24. So as I said, that kind of works in with the contrast in making things pop and colours pop. And now we're going to go to whites and just up that a little bit to +2. And the clarity, we're just going to up that to +14. Just with clarity, that will really enhance the lines of the image and give it that extra bit of sharpness. Okay, so once we've finished with those adjustments just there, they're pretty basic so far, we're going to move on to the actual colouring of the image. So if we just scroll down, right down to where it says HSL, Hue, Saturation and Luminance, we're going to just make a few adjustments here. So I'm going to just click on hue first so we don't get too confused. But with the hues, I'm just going to make a few adjustments here. So for reds, we're going to move the slider over to -31. So that's just changing the hue of the image, or the reds in the image, to a more pinkier hue. And most of these will do the exact same thing in the hue table. So we're going to move oranges now to -4. And yellows to -7. Greens to +2. And aqua to +9. Now we're going to move over to where it says saturation and click on that. And we're going to make some adjustments in saturation. So red is going to be +9. Orange is going to be -9. Yellow is going to be -18. Green is going to be -100, so right all the way to the end. With a lot of those images, I really didn't want the green standing out too much, so I just wanted to drain that colour. With aqua, we'll move that to +40. Blue to +22. Purple to +20. And magenta to +2. Okay, now we'll move on to luminance, just this little tab here next to saturation. And we're going to move the reds to -11. So what luminance is actually doing, by the way, is it's determining the light and darkness of those particular colours in the image. Orange we're going to leave at 0. Yellow we're going to move to +11. Green we're going to move to -33. Aqua will stay at 0. Blue will go to -9. Purple will stay at 0, and magenta will be +13. Okay. So unfortunately, unlike Photoshop, sometimes it is a little bit harder to show in Lightroom what you've just done to the image. I find it a little bit easier in Photoshop sometimes with layers, just to click them on and off and show you guys what that's actually done, or use a snapshot. There's not so much that function in Lightroom, so I hope you guys will bear with me to the end when I just do the before and after then. Okay, so we're going to move on to split toning, which is the tab just underneath where HSL is. So we're just going to make a few adjustments here too. And in the split toning, with the highlights, we're going to just choose the colour first. So we'll click on the colour, and I'm going to move the little marker over to 52 degrees. There we go. And we're going to move the saturation of that, just here, down to 6. Because we don't want it to stand out too much. But it is giving us that cooler effect with the image. So I'll just click off there, and that's our highlights done. Now we're going to move to shadows and click on the colour again. So by the way, this is just choosing the base colours for the shadows and highlights in the image with split toning. So we're going to move this little marker this time over to 215 degrees. So right over. Okay, and we're going to move the saturation of that down to 10. And so that's pretty much done. If there's one more adjustment I would make, it's just to maybe move the tint a little bit more over to the green side, just for this photo. A lot of the other photos did require that little bit more pink, I guess. But I did take these adjustments just from the basic amount that I was using for each of the photos. So I'm just going to move the pink just a bit back over to, say, +2. So I think that's a little bit better there with the colours. Alright guys, so that is pretty much the finished look with that photo. I do have quite a few more tutorials hopefully coming soon. Unfortunately, I'm not able to fill in as many requests as I was doing beforehand. There are a few requests that I will be picking up from time to time, so definitely keep sending them through. I can't guarantee though that I'm going to be able to do them, only because I have been given quite a bit of work to do lately, and yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it all in, but I'll definitely strive to try and get as many of them done as possible. But anyway, guys, I'll show you a before and after of this photo. So if I just click reset here, that'll take me back to the before. And I'm just going to click undo now. And that's the after. So once more, before, after. Alright guys, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully going to have another couple of tutorials up soon, and I'll be doing some more photography videos hopefully as well. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!